Okay, where are we? Share. All right, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets as I get acclimated here and put up the TradeView Market site a little after 11 Eastern and a lot going on. I'll make it up to you. I'm going to go a little bit slower these days too. I should be going slower, I was told. Okay, some preferences. This is how we signed into TradeGate. Okay, it's a Friday afternoon. We had some earnings today with like American Express, which rocketed higher. Intel was the one that everybody thought it would, bring things down. But Intel, like I said on TradeGate, it's like a boomer thing. It's like something like Cisco says. The whole reasoning to be on here is not, it's not an algorithm, and that's why traders are still in the business and yet still haven't been stampeded by bots. Is that it's not that cut and dry. It's how it's not about sentiment. It's about how price takes the sentiment. For example, like I said, Intel reported that was a very good example for them to take the stocks down today. There was a PCE number apparently at the 8:30. A year ago, I never heard of the PCE number. I'm being dramatic, but a year ago that was to be a chance to walk the dog. You know what I mean? But now this is relevant. Every economic number is relevant. So after the bottom line is the market was extended as I'm going to go here into TradeGATEHub, and I'm going to tell you why, at least for the short term, tactically, that is. I sign in just the same as everybody else. They're still taking up these small stocks though. All right, so let's sign in here. So coming into today, I'm going to say two things. If you missed anything going throughout the week, Monday I was not here. Tuesday I was here. Go back to the red, press the red YouTube channel for TradeGATEHub. Go over the videos, including the 9:30 a.m. videos with Coach, who's been having phenomenal guests. Listen, do your own diligence. It's getting better and better. I don't have to keep pumping it. Like we say, numbers don't lie, and numbers make a difference. So go over what Coach says on every day at 9:30. And for me, I'm going to jump right to it. So it's almost like I'm going to miss the middle of the swing trade part of of the webcast. Either go in and watch starting from Tuesday, being obviously Wednesday, Thursday, today being Friday. And it's not like I don't start the day and just close the door. It's almost like a rolling dynamic living or lifestyle, for lack of a better term. For those that just want to turn on the computer at 9:25, I get it. I know people that do it, and actually some people do it very well. And I always post. What happened here? I always post. I have to do something. I always post stocks that have been active that previous day, as we buy some RNA. So of stocks that have good range, good price action, and volume. So just like I say. Sometimes, and let's go back here. Like I actually made a little pun yesterday with Coach. And for those that don't want to even listen to me sometimes, or if I go too fast, for example, vice versa, go back and, even, pause me, press the YouTube button, or you know what? If you just want to sign into TradeGATEHub and see what's going on, what stocks are hot for the day, go right here. New York Stock Exchange stocks right here. What's the biggest percentage mover today? Up. So I look at AX, punch here right to the chart, and I start writing down things like, Wayfair. That was what we call a resumption trade, a rest and go day with Wayfair. Made a huge move up, rested, had that flag and kept going up. Chewy, the same thing. I digress. All right. Also, you want to see something what's going on in the news? You don't want to even, first of all, the trading room is the predominant room. So I don't know how you don't want to look at here with videos going on the top right. We have news on the bottom right. We have our main chat, which I implore everybody to go back. The audience is getting not only bigger, but it's getting wiser. And I thank you for everybody for posting. But if you just want to see what's going on for the day, you go into TradeGATEHub right here, SLDB. You go in and you go in and you look at what's going on with news right here. 6 minutes ago, global headlines, stocks 3 minutes ago, 4 minutes. And these headlines and Forex and stocks and global headlines, even cryptos, commodities are curated from my personal list and from the other, from obviously a bunch of traders who have a very high opinion, like Mike Lombardo or Coach or Tim, if you will. So you want to go what's going on with news right here. The U.S. dollar turns higher 6 minutes ago. Punch up. I bet you it's seeking alpha. Forex live. Read the article. That's all it does. Or we actually watch the video. So that's another one that we do that's good here for TradeGATEHub. All right, so let's get back here. TradeGATEHub. Let's go to the room. Futures giving back a little bit. I'm giving back a little bit. Coin is going for some reason. XM. I'm getting distracted. AYX went negative. Wow. Why? It could have been someone. Okay, I digress. All right. So there's a lot of things going on. Even today, how stocks have absorbed the news recently. Let me go to a couple of charts here. Okay. Let's go to Microsoft. And everybody knows here as this webcast goes on, I heat up. All right. So Microsoft. This is Microsoft and the daily. Coach, don't make fun of me with a 1 minute chart. Okay, here was the earnings. The earnings low 3 days ago, 234. 3 days up. This time it might be different. Don't get me wrong. I actually think that today's Friday move might be a little bit of gamma related with all these options. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to listen to the professionals, maybe even Coach. I'll press his replay. I'll go back to the YouTube channel and I'll press the red button. I'll watch his video he gave at 9:30. But Microsoft, Tesla, acting well after the earnings, still going at the high of the day. AXP had earnings, still going well. Oh my God, still at the high of the day. A major stock like URI, United Rentals, it's in the Caterpillar category, still going. Let's look at Caterpillar as long as we're going to look at URI. Still making all-time highs. So they're rotating properly. I actually am not really sure. Actually, I'm going to make a good point now as I get refocused. Right at TradeGATEHub. Okay, this is where we're at now. But I always go back to, where I always go back? I always go back to TradeGATEHub or what I posted. CPCE, G Money, thanks a lot. Good AM. Okay. CTPA positioning in S&P minis. It's basically mirrors where the hedge fund exposure is, okay? Here's the positioning. The green is CTA positioning, all right? So they're basically unchanged in it. As the market is still, the NASDAQ, if you will, the S&P minis are down basically 5% on this chart. So all you have to do is correlate. So they're basically a lot heavier than they in the minis. So any dip, that's why I'm a little bit reserved here. And I'll give another, I'm actually a kind of, I would have to think that this move up right now is a little bit more of a short squeeze than saying fundamentals are back on. I'll extrapolate in a second, if you will. Okay. Also, that's the ESP. Those are the futures. Oh, this is the NASDAQ minis. All right. NASDAQ minis, same thing. They're basically almost even, basically 2%. So everybody is basically overweight in the short term of where the NASDAQ minis are and the S&P minis are, which I don't like. And that's even, by the way, short-term tactical sentiment. We're up higher today. There is a little bit of rotation going on, but the stocks with news are just going, either they're going straight as the VIX, as you have to go right here. And this is why I'm not expecting a lot of reversals until the VIX picks up. This is where the VIX is. This is the VIX. It's just a bleed. It's bleeding. It's killing. Look at this thing. I know it might be bottoming, blah, 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 but I'm telling you, it's, I get it's in the bottom. Actually, it did bounce a little, thank God. But here's the VIX. All right. So until the VIX still picks up, I'm not expecting a lot of reversals on stocks that happen. Like, Tesla keeps going up and Microsoft keeps going up. If the VIX was higher, there'd be a little bit more backing and filling or even a better trading environment. So certainly, this is the chart of American Express on today. You know what I mean? It certainly took out to the opening range. It's 166 to 172 as it breaks a high today. It's not really for me. I would like it to have a better range. It's extended. You know what I mean? If I'm going to short it, which I'm not, I might, as I've been saying the past couple of days, we should be using these other stocks like Microsoft and Tesla to be seeing how the others, either best of breed stocks in their relative group or the secondary stocks are acting as well. For example, let's go to the videotape. Chevron, now down $7. Chevron, as I said yesterday, I wasn't sure about it. I'm not in the trade. I'm just saying how Chevron and Exxon yesterday were a bellwether, and they both gave back a little bit. That had good news yesterday about Chevron. As I said, they gave you the $75 billion buyback yesterday. They gave you a chance to get out if you will. That's what I'm thinking. Now the stock yesterday, the high was 188. Now it's 178, if you will. Is it over? I'm not sure. It's just another gauge of macro news to use as how price is being absorbed into the market. All right. So Chevron was a chance to get out. So basically, it was another chance for the other ones to get out because Schlumberger and Hell were negative yesterday. Coach, I did get out of GDX a little bit on the bounce yesterday. Thank you for the whatever drive it was. I'm not placating. I'll go back watching the 9:30 video. It goes to exactly what you know what I mean. JUNG. I doubled down from 47 that yesterday's 2 days ago's closed. Wednesday's closed. I sold it yesterday. I sold it very well. I think I sold JUNG. Where was this? Yesterday. I sold it. It bounced yesterday nicely. I think I sold it 45. Listen, it's going to go back up. Hold on a second, Jim. I don't know if it's going to go back up. I'm going to be buying it on a dip. As we look at GDXJ, same thing. Is it over? No. I'll go to the weekly AEM. Let's go to the one that led everything up. Okay. Let's look at one of our number one holdings in TradeGATEHub, WPM. Am I nervous though? It went up on good volume. I didn't like the second day down on big volume or bigger volume. Yes, it's a little bit. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm sharing. Yes, it's a little bit skewed because of that third day volume right here. So you know what? I'm going to have to monitor it. We're in very cheap, as everybody should know. We're in from like 36, I believe. Let me go to the weekly. I know where I was long from. Yeah, 37, 36. All right, I got a cushion. It's WPM, it's the old silver wheat, it's a metal, it's prone to news. But let's look at Nucor, who had news. There it is, the gap up, hanging in there. It did close below yesterday's high, though. Noted. X, same thing. BHP Billiton, a rocket ship gave a little bit back. But some stocks are continuing to going, like this AI. Anything with this chat GPT have in it is ripping. AI, even if it has artificial intelligence in it, it's ripping. AI, is it the high of the day now? They gave you the rip and dip. I'm in this SOUN, sound. Ooh, now I'm up in this thing. Sound. So I bought some sound here. It's a cheapie. I'm not holding it. Maybe I will hold it overnight, but it's not going to be a loser. I know my New Year's resolution. Pardon. Well, my new mantra was no stocks under 4. No stocks that I'm down in overnight over 4. That's my new clause here. SOUN. It has it in at 15. It has AI in it. Actually, when I got on it, I sold a little bit of it because I thought it might have had its run. I think I was offering at 171. Now it's breaking high of the day. What's going on in sound here? We like that. So Tesla's still going. So AI is going. This XM had huge range yesterday. Good news kept going. So you know what? These stocks for the overnighters, the stocks that have a gap up range and volume are actually working. I don't know if they're covering or getting nervous into the Fed. It could be a buy the rumor, sell the news into next week's meeting. So far as hedge funds are even and they're a little ahead of the game, as I'm going to go back to TradeGATEHub, it's neutral. It's still up to stock picking. And that's why Intel is down 8% as Microsoft is up. Here, let me go to my screen again. Here's why Unity Software is down. CRWD is down, or Nevada is up and GFS is down. Something's going up here. Bob is down too, you bastard. What else? Let's see more, Lennar is up a little bit. Coin is up 4, but SI is down 1. Delta's down, but AB&B is up. It's certain. Chevron for stock if normally Chevron would be down $8 on a day, everything would be down $4 or $5 or 4 or 5% across the board. That's not the case, and that's not the case right now. RNA, I was touting it right before I came on here. I was only 23. I was buying. I top ticked it. Now I'm even in RNA. I like the stock. Now I'm turning into an investor, but certainly I wouldn't be short if this stock is either going to go to 30 or my stop out is 21. So RNA had good earnings, whatever type of flags or lines or trend lines you want to buy or draw. And I will draw one because shouldn't want to be facetious. Let's add a line study. Let's add a trend line here. Let's go to the trend. Boom. Why does that stop like that? Oh, I know what it is. I have to do that. Delete all line studies. Trust me, draw the line. RNA, I'm in it. I like it. I'm not even going to, unless it's prone to news, which by the way, this was good news. Earnings absorbed a lot of things, came down on low volume. I'm in the stock. I'm not going to flinch. Airbnb keeps going. Las Vegas Sands, go to the weekly, the ultimate compliment. Still going, might be a little heavy right here. 59. I'm not going to short it as the RSI gets, to that place. Maybe I will. It's near the 60 strike price. Maybe if it does some capitulatory move, maybe I'll short a couple of thousand shares. Just to have a trade, just to stay sharp. Certainly, I'm not trying to take the top because as if I showed you before, a lot of these stocks keep going. And let me go back here. Tal going higher. Where's my YY? I'm in this YY. One of my bigger positions, by the way. In YY. And I'm in this. Where's my SOUN that's going? I'm in that. SOUN ripping. I'm in a lot of it. So it's doing volume in here. Hold on a second. SOUN. So when I got on the air here, and by the way, this isn't the Mike Venezia on the pat the back hour, because why? I'm not even going to look at now. Is this? Let's go back to today's routine. I took last night JD Tour and YY. I'm still in YY. Hedge fund exposure. You know what I mean? They're neutral. Everything's neutral until we go out of some range here. And we should know that the S&P did break out of that downward channel. Next AXP being up like this today is certainly going to help, and Microsoft, if you will. So, things might be changing. Wednesday's going to be a cheap cliche, the cherry on top, if you will. Oh, I hate to say that. Oh, look at SOUN. What is going on here? We have a situation developing in SOUN. Yeah, we do. RNA too. YY, Noggin, Fate, BWV. So sound, I'm in it. I like that's having this mid-time move. It has the move to make what? I might, this is what when I see a stock moving like this. First of all, I want to micromanage it, but where's the daily RSI? Now I want to add to it. I kept pounding at 163, and then it was acting poor, and then the market started coming in. Like, for example, what did Microsoft do? Microsoft started pulling back, and I just had a stock like that. What am I going to do? You know what I mean? I still have like 60,000 shares, but it is what it is. Next, I got to finish my dissertation. G Money Learning, stage 2, the most important one. Don't be buying stage 4. I'm in a couple of stage 4s as I speak. There are losers too. Don't get me. What's my biggest loser? There it is. Oh, I hate to look at it. BWV. It'll have its day. I'm not looking for it to go back to 7. It's going to have a day. I'm not adding to it. My price is $2. I have a lot of it. I'm not going to lie. So that's my biggest problem right now. BWV, big deal. Everybody's got a scar. Scars remind us of where we come from. Retail radar. All right, this is what puzzles me as well. Retail traders, and Gerard also posted this too. Am I going overboard? No. Posted 2.5 billion this week. Okay, there's a lot of rotation still. There's a lot of things that have been beaten down, but are they buying things beaten down for the right reasons? You know what I mean? Square is a stock that has been beaten down for the right reasons that everybody knows we like, still in the fund. They're trying to shake us out here, but they're not. And Square, everybody knows I like this thing from 70. They're up nice in it. It's a little it's a little overbought. I get it. You know what I mean? But it's still not. Where's the RSI right there? 72. An overbought RSI for me, considering what I do, is 85 to 90. So I'm not going to. Obviously, a stock like Square overbought to 90 would be something happen. Something major would be happening. The thinner the stock, the more the relative strength happens to go into 90. By the way, I'm not alone in that thinking, but you get to know it. All right, this is it. Bank of America indicator. We're right in the middle of extreme bull and bear. Jim Cramer pointed out something well this morning, and I'm going to get back to my sound trade. Yes, there's plenty of weakness in techs, and yes, the part of Intel dominates. Not really. Personal PCs. Who has a personal PC anymore? You know what I mean? But not this badly. Something's very wrong here, and just not AMD about it. Great companies. So Intel basically was the reason to buy other companies that have been acting well. Okay, we'll sell risk. Coach always posting. He's on the East Coast, man. He's fired up too. Okay, more. VIX, back in a bit. I always give you movers up and down. I always give you my universe for the day. Or at least if I do, I try to give it my 4, 3, 5 days a week. That's my universe for today. So always ask questions. Mike V, what are you doing with Sava? Whatever. So I posted that, what, 3 hours ago. JD was good. RNA may go. I'm in it. I don't definitely sound. Keep an eye on. And that was hours ago. Last I say in the cheap stocks, I did buy what the last thing I'm going to do is I'll show anybody everything. But sound $2 now. What are we going to do with futures? Ripping. All right. Zella. Joba giving a Zella a 7 center. Joba. Stay out of those 7 centers, man. I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I wouldn't argue. You know what I mean? But I'd rather for something like Zella, and I'm guilty. Don't get me wrong. I'm guilty too. I would rather pay 5 than pay $1. You know what I mean? I'd rather pay 5. Like I'd rather buy it well, that's an exaggeration. I'd rather buy it. You know what I mean? I get it. I understand. I'm guilty just as much. But no, Zella noted. And I'm Zella noted because I can't, scold. Joba gives a lot of winners. So sound worth an eye too. RNA may go. Chevron down $8. Like I said, they gave you the chance yesterday. Remember that. They gave you the big buy back into earnings, and now it's down on earnings. I'm not saying it's over. It's absorbing the move, but that's something you kind of think a little bit about outside the box. Back at 11. Do I have any questions? All right. So this is what's going on today, and what should only be going on today, as there's neutralness where there's still stocks that are acting very, very well going into next week's Fed meeting. So let's go to this stock scanner. It's that simple. Which has up high and relative volume. RDHL, not interested because why? It's 21 cents. What is this? Get this out of here. Okay, relative volume. AI, it's 17. Oh, you know what? Look at AI, and this is why sound is going. Here's AI when I got on the air. It was 1665. Now it's 1726. That's why. Look at the sound dog. Now it's adding up for us. Look at the sound dog. Ooh, sound dog, baby. The sound dog. Now it broke over 2. Now, anybody, don't make an emotional decision because anything emotional is the RSI. 70. AI still ripping. So let's go back to here. It's funny. It's adding up though. 60,000 shares adds up. All right. The AI, GFA, TCBP, what has range volume, not interested. Sounds up there, pulled back to 2. AXP, I mentioned before. DOU, not interested in FIGS, 3.5% volume. But what has percent change? LHX, KC, SEN, IMUX, not in it. Meta still going. Coin. Ugh. But let's look what's down. This is okay. Opposite on the antithesis or the opposite. Let's look at the SPYs. And as the market might be here a little bit frothy, agreed. The SPYs are still not breaking high today as all these other stocks like AI are ripping. Let's look at what's going down now. What are the stocks that are not moving? This is what I would do. What are the stocks that are not moving down as the market is making these nice moves? Is all these other little floaters, or even something like AXP is going higher. Okay, so what do I look now? We go here. Breakdown on the day. What stock? Oh, you know what? Moving down now. How about that? And we can go by time. As the market's going up, what's moving down now? GE, Square. Square is moving down. So they're taking some profits in Square, Coin, and Pins. So look, go here. Coin. Was that just a short squeeze? Moving down. That's not really moving down, man. Let's look at lows of the day. How about that? Let's look at new lows on the day, for example. Let's look at breakdown on the day. Even better by time. It's 11:30 or 11 early. MQ going down. Nothing really. Chevron noted. KMB. So they're selling some consumer staples. Big deal. What are the new highs on the day as we approach this move? At 11:27. Meta's making new highs. AI. Sound again. Came back 5 cents. 60,000, 5 cents. I just came back. Oh, Airbnb's making going high. So coin. Twilo's been acting well. Lewis, I hope you're in it. Twilo. Man. All right, so that's it, guys. Then the last thing I would do is I would go to my Twitter feed and I would go to what's happening here? Continuous Michael. You might know me. This happened before again today. All right. Gotta feel solid. All right. As 11:30 again, and these other stocks are moving, what's going on with the wise guys? The Jesus feed. AI ad. They're adding into AI. Where they go in January. So they're taking advantage of short-term calls. They're trying to squeeze people. That's what the calls are. Doesn't mean they're like going out until March and just hammering, or even like April. I want to see June. But AI, they're taking advantage of it. I get it. That's what calls do. AI's all over the board. Path seems some favorite activity. Don't even bring it up. One of my biggest losers of 2022, $14. Here's the other Path I sold the majority, 43. Gerard, give me the props. No, Path I sold at 31. And it was a 5 flyer. I'd be holding it to 14. And it was a loser. Put my ego aside. Good trading then. Okay. Path bullish, shop bearish. So far I have Path, I have AI, I have Sound. There we go. And Sound, what are they doing? They're going to 3. Oh, you know what? They're even going into April's and September. Actually, that's July. Interesting. I might hold on to this. This might turn out to be a trade, might turn out to be a position in Sound, because they're going out later. You know what I mean? They're going out late. And it's got that AI in them, that GPT. What else? Crude. Crude looking at a bottom niner. All right, so we might take a position. Is crude going down today? Crude is going down, and it's positive. Oh, I don't like crude here, but I'll keep an eye on crude. Maybe I'll buy a crude stock. Maybe Chevron bounces. Let's go to the bigger picture. Yeah, the market's getting a little frothy at the moment. Okay, guys, do I have any questions? Las Vegas bullish, those are covered. Those are hedges, trust me. Do you have any questions as I go here to the TradeView market site? So beautiful. And just think about how nice it is. TradeGATEHub leads you to all this universe of news, the room, the charts, the quotes. Just think about what other tab would do. Punch up stocks. Play around. I mean, this is, like I said, this is a basically, as international as it is, it's predominantly a family office. The turnover rate is, I've been in a bunch of firms and I know a lot of people on the street. I've been here for a decade or plus. So poke around the site. It's real good. And we offer every financial instrument. You know what? Like I said yesterday, anybody wants to ask me on setting up a demo or anything, help me out. Like I said, I've had my share of luxury cars, not to sound arrogant. I am, I'm 50 years old, so I've had plenty of time to. What I'm saying is, we're not going to nobody ever let me drive. Let me drive out with a Porsche without teaching me how to. Matter of fact, some Porsches they ship you to the school in Georgia to teach you how to drive it. So what I'm saying is, you learn to get the demo, or if you're on the platform, I'm here to teach you how to drive it. It's a great platform with every instrument you could think of. If not, we're going to help you walk you through it with the demo. So we're always asked the questions. We're always open to complaints, comments. Let me go back to the room to make sure nobody asked me anything, because I hate leaving people out. So nothing here. So enjoy your weekend.